Hi students, welcome to my lectures on thermodynamics. As we have categorized in my last lecture about the enthalpy in different situations, let us concentrate on the first category, that is estimating the heat capacity value. As you know, there are two methods are there. One is through graphical method and second method is through the equation. I told you that you will not get the alone value of the CPIG always, you get the value of CPIG by R. From this CPIG by R, you need to find out the what is heat capacity. Okay, if you see through this graph, the plot is between CPIG by R versus temperature. Because Cp, the specific heat capacity, changes more with the temperature and less with the pressure. So it is always important to take into account that how my specific heat capacity is changing with respect to temperature. If you see the graph, there are different gases are there. Take example argon. Even though if you increase the temperature, the CPIG value is not changing. So this is typically the monoatomic gases kind of, and temperature will not have any effect on this kind of gases. When you go to the higher levels, the diatomic gases or multimolecular gases, and you can see, if I take example nitrogen, as you increase the temperature, the CPIG by R value is increasing. Similarly, the case with water and CO2. That means there are some gases which Cp values does not dependent on the temperature. There are gases which the CPIG depends on the temperature. If your gas heat capacity, that is capacity to hold the heat, is changing with respect to temperature, you have to account for all these changes. And there are two methods. Estimate the value of the CPIG using the graph, or estimate the value of CPIG using the equation. In general, if you go to the Smith and Vanner's book of thermodynamics, the ABCD values of different gases are listed. If you know the ABCD values of this equation of that particular gas, you can estimate the value of CPIG by R. Okay, once you estimate, you can once you got the CPIG by R value, multiply with R, you get the CPIG. And there is an advantage. Why you always get the value of CPIG by R, not CPIG? That means, you know, CPIG and R both have same units. So once you have divide, with R with the value of the CPIG, the both units get cancels out. Whatever the value of CPIG by R, if it is a 4, the 4 is unitless. So it is a unitless system. Okay, a non-dimensional kind of is non-unitless system. And for example, you have somehow found the CPIG by R value is 2. Then what is the value of CPIG? 2 times R. Then what is 2 times R? That means if you take R value in terms of joule per mole Kelvin, then you get the value of CPIG in joule per mole Kelvin. If you take the R value in liter atmosphere per mole Kelvin, you get the value of CPIG in liter atmosphere per mole Kelvin. That is what the advantage. If you know the unitless CPIG by R value, that means whatever the units taken by R will be equal to the units will be secured by CPIG. For example, if I take R value as 8.314, then CPIG of that particular gas is 2 times 8.314, which is equal to 16.628. What will be the units of CPIG? The R units, which is joule per mole Kelvin. That is what the advantages of getting CPIG by R rather than only CPIG. And you know, for the ideal gases, Cp minus Cv equal to R. From this, you can estimate the value of Cv, that means specific heat capacity at the constant volume, is equal to 1 plus specific heat capacity at the constant pressure. That means you know the CPIG, you get a CVIG. And let us take small example. Find the molar heat capacity of the methane, which is Cp. Example, at 25 degrees centigrade. You have to estimate the value. Then what you are supposed to, let us use this equation. And A, B, C, D of this methane you have to know. So there are a table in the appendix of the books. You will get the values of A, B, C, D. Once you know the A, B, C, D, put in this equation to estimate the value of this particular gas at particular temperature. So A is 1.702, B is 9.081 into 10 power minus 3, C is minus 2.164 into 10 power minus 6, D equal to, this is particulars of this particular methane. So what is the value of Cp, molar heat capacity of methane at 25 degrees centigrade means, substitute, okay, Cpig of methane by R is equal to A plus B times T minus, because it is a minus C times T square. So if you substitute the value of temperature, which is 25 degrees centigrade, always use the kelvins, not degrees. By default, you do always this estimations. At 25 degrees centigrade, that means in Kelvin, it's around 298.15 Kelvin. So if you substitute the value of T and T square here, you get specific heat capacity of methane is 4.21. That means not specific capacity, Cpig of methane by R equal to 4.21. What is Cpig? 4.21 into R. If I take R value is 8.314, 4.21 into 8.314, you get a 35. What will be the unit of Cpig of methane? We have taken the unit of R, which is joule per mole Kelvin. This is the molar heat capacity of the methane, which is asked in this example. I hope you understood that how to estimate the Cpig. Let us move forward for the next estimations in the enthalpy. Thank you.